From the Yankees to the Jets, Justin Fields getting ready for his first season there with New York, his third team in 3 years, from Chicago to Pittsburgh, and now with the Jets in New York. Now, the Steelers could have kept Fields and started him this season, but they are taking a much different route. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers is their man. And one of the men who made the decision to bring in Rodgers, GM Omar Khan, being rewarded with a 3-year extension. Rodgers, one of about a dozen new additions in Pittsburgh, including DK Metcalf, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay. In fact, when you add up all the Pro Bowls from the people they added, you get 26 combined appearances, but some of those guys getting a little long in the tooth in the NFL. Let's bring in Douzable, who created quite a stir in the parking lot this morning when he backed in his oversized 6-door huge truck into the, I was going to say handicap parking space, but we don't have one, and I'm not going to do that to you.
Technically, it was mine for a while when I was kind of handicapped. So.
Yeah, when Amanda blew out her knee. Lige, we're going to play a little game with you for quarterbacks right now. I'm going to name 2 quarterbacks, and you say if you'd rather have one or the other for just this season, okay? Just this season. If you're the Steelers right now, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers, obviously they do, or Justin Fields?
I'm going to go Justin Fields just because of the upside and then also the ability with his mobility to make plays when things get hairy. We saw it last year, the first 6 games he goes 4-2. Now, Aaron, when you talk about what he's done over his career, right? 4-time MVP, Super Bowl MVP. But coming off last year, he had some struggles, right? Now, he played a little bit better towards the back end of the season, but there's a caveat to that. Some of the teams weren't that good when you look at the Patriots, and when you also look at the Jacksonville Jaguars or the Miami Dolphins, where he actually showed well in those games. So I'm going to base it off what I saw from each one of these players last year. And when Justin Fields was the starter, they went 4-2 in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to lean Justin Fields here.
Okay, we'll continue the conversation with a couple more quarterbacks. It's kind of an either-or here for just this season. Jared Goff or Baker Mayfield?
Ooh, that's a good one, Haas. I'm going to lean Baker Mayfield. He had an MVP-like season last year. He's really come into his own since he's come to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he's a few years younger than Jared Goff as well. Also, what will Jared Goff look like without Ben Johnson being there now? Also, Baker Mayfield lost his offensive coordinator, but we've seen Baker Mayfield with multiple offensive coordinators have a lot of success throwing the ball to those pass catchers for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You see the rankings last season: 3rd in completion percentage, 3rd in pass yards, tied for 2nd with 41 passing touchdowns. So I'm going with the young, feisty Baker Mayfield over Jared Goff for just this season.
Lige, I was just like you. I thought Goff was a few years older. Believe it or not, they're the same age. They're both 30 years old.
Really?
Yeah, Goff came into the league in 2016. Baker Mayfield not for a couple more years, but he went through the wars in college football for a few extra years compared to Goff. Got one more for you, and these are guys from the same draft class. Both play in Florida. Would you rather have for this season Tua or Trevor?
Ooh, ass. I'm only going to say Trevor just because of the health issues of Tua Tagovailoa. But if we're talking about specific gameplay alone, it would be Tua Tagovailoa. But because the health factor has been an issue with Tua missing multiple games over the last couple of years, and not just for concussions, for other injuries as well, I'm going to lean towards Trevor Lawrence. We saw a few years ago him have a nice little run the back half of the season, go into the playoffs, win in historic fashion versus the LA Chargers, and then go on the road versus Kansas City Chiefs and almost take it the distance versus Patrick Mahomes. Few plays swing their way, they get a big upset in that game. But you see it like last year, he really struggled. 2-8, completion percentage was 35th in the league. There's only 32 starting quarterbacks, and you see it, the yards per attempt, he was middle of the pack in the league. Tua Tagovailoa versus good teams plays his best football, but versus teams that have winning records, you see it right there, 1-9. So both of these quarterbacks have major question marks going into this year. I'm going to lean Trevor Lawrence just because of the health factor and the past that Tua has had with staying healthy and staying on the field. Because to me, your availability is your best ability.
Tua has been in the league 6 years now. Trevor, 5 years. Not same draft class. Tua was 2020. Trevor the year after in 21. Lige Douzable with us here on HQ. Thank you so much, Lige. Even though it is July the 3rd, we are in NFL mode. In fact, we've got training camp starting in just 2 weeks for some teams in the NFL. We are your place for NFL coverage, breaking news all year long here on HQ.